Hey guys, Gary at A3 Customs today. Here's what we're gonna do. So I got this 1967 Chevy truck. And when you have a 67 to 72 pickup truck, they have this cross member on them that actually holds the trailing arms to the rear end, okay? And so a lot of guys and a lot of times you don't have any room to run exhaust. So what we've done on this truck, what we're opted to do, the drive shaft goes through this hole. And so the trailing arms bolt here. And what we're gonna do, instead of running the exhaust under the truck, and then when you see under the truck, you see the exhaust all under there, we're actually going to make the exhaust go through here, right here. And I'm gonna show you how we do this. So what we're gonna do, you have to follow along because some of it's gonna be in depth. I'm going to show you step by step, and then some of it's just going to be, you're just going to see me do it. And we're going to speed it up so it's not so boring, because nobody wants to watch a boring video, right? Forever and ever. So I basically want to show you how to do this and tell you something about why we do this way. One, we do not want to see the exhaust under the truck. If you bend the exhaust under the truck, this cross member sits up like this, the exhaust goes under like this, you can drag it, the truck's going to be lowered, it'll drag and what have you. So on C10 square bodies from 73 to 87, this is a little bit different. You can kind of tuck it a little better, whatever. There is options. You can flatten the exhaust here. You can turn it out before that. You really don't have a way to run over it, because if you put a wooden bed in it, you're really close. The wooden bed kind of sits right here. So there really ain't a whole lot of options. So what we do is we looked at this thing, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put a tube in a tube. So if you will, I've got this piece of 4-inch exhaust pipe. It's a little thicker than exhaust pipe. They call it exhaust, but I got it from the race shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna make me a hole. And I'm gonna shove this through there, the thickness of this cross member. All right. The thickness of this cross member, okay? And then I'm gonna box this thing on the backside. And that way it makes it super rigid, because you think about it, anytime this thing flexes, this flexes. I mean, this is not, it's just hollow. It's just a C-channel. It's got a little bit of bend here. And when it's bolted top and bottom, of course it doesn't twist as bad. But if this was all boxed in, it'd make it a lot better, a lot more rigid. So when we take this panel, we take this and we make a panel that goes on top of this exhaust, we'll put that in there, okay? And then once we get the insert tubes where we can run it through the exhaust, and what I didn't say a minute ago is that on this truck, where the headers come out, the exhaust runs straight through to this. So like if you was looking at it, it would be straight forward to this cross member. And so with that being said, I can run a full piece of pipe and I don't have to make the first bend till it gets out of this cross member. So once we take this and put this here, I'm gonna take a piece of this 2.5-inch tube here. I'm gonna cut a piece out that'll go through it, and I'm gonna make fitting on this end and the fitting on the other end, so we can put a band clamp. So you can run exhaust to it, band clamp it, the outside band clamp it. So that way it's all universal. And then put a bracket here that holds it to the that actually weld to this, where you can take this and make this removable inside that sleeve so there's no rattle. So just follow along with me on this journey. You'll get to see some of it. Some of it will kind of speed up, but I kind of want to give you an idea of kind of what we're doing. And it's going to take a little bit to build this, but guys, we're going to do this for this truck. And then once we get done, we'll put it in the truck. We'll run the exhaust. We'll show you the final product. But just stay tuned. Stay watching us right here with this 67 build, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, so I got these cut right here, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center these right here. And I'm gonna make a mark. I'm gonna trim this out. And so I'm gonna fit this right inside there. Pac-Man. Boop, 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 boop. Two Pac-Mans. All right. Don't you just love it when they leave it empty? Our peacock bass is back. Sir. What a nice surprise. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a plate that goes over this. We're going to weld it around those tubes, and we're going to box this in on both sides. So we got these tubes here and they go straight through. We're going to box these in, and then we're going to bevel it and make it look nice and clean all the way around. And then we're going to metal finish it. And then I'm going to show you how to put the 2.5 inch exhaust tube through this hole. Follow with me. So, plasma cutter, you can take this square right here, right? It's an old metal square, or we use a plastic one or whatever. You don't want to mess up your nice aluminum square. But you can take this right here, you can lay it square like that. And you got something to take your plasma cutter, run right through there, make a nice straight up cut. And so you can see how clean that edge is. With a little bit of stuff to clean off, but for the most part, all the edges are clean. Same thing, almost ready to weld. No, man, it's almost perfect. Something like this, you ain't got to be like spot on perfect with every little thing, because you can weld that back up, fill that in with weld, everything. You're just gonna be perfect. So at the end of the day, it's gonna look good. pipe through there. All the way through. Hey guys, good morning. So I wanted to go over this. Yesterday we got these on this 67 frame brace, the through holes for the exhaust. We got this finished up late yesterday afternoon. What I did this morning is that I come in and I went ahead and I cut these 1 foot 12-inch pieces. They're going to go in here and insert. It's a 2.5-inch pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this to sit in there so the exhaust can run through, and these right here will go in, and I'm going to make a hanger that actually holds them to this brace. Here or there, drill a hole, put a nut behind them. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. And that way, there's already a hole right here, and I'm going to see if I can't make it work. All this is not drawn. I just designed it out of my head. There is other guys that do some of this stuff. They've got ways to do it with CAD and all that, and we do too. But this is something that I've come up with. I'm going to try to freestyle these pieces out of 1/8-inch plate and put them on the drill press, drill the holes, and weld them to this tube. Slide this tube in, put a nut and bolt on it, make them look really clean. Metal finish this stuff, set it down to paint, get it all painted, bring it back up, and assemble it on our truck today. And you'll be able to see the finished product with the tube sticking through it. So hang along with us, man. We're gonna show you some cool tricks to do this with. See if we can get this thing perfected. basically, I made 2 brackets. I'm gonna go drill a couple holes in this, different size holes to make it look a little bit better. But I just enjoy making things that back in the day, you know, you didn't have plasma cutters and CNC tables and all that stuff to make these parts. We have them. We do have a burn table, and it'll take me go over to design this, and CAD, it would probably take me an hour or so to design this thing, and just this little part, and then I would be a mass producer. Not saying that we don't have them. We do have these designed already. They are in our CAD program. We do have them for 3-inch pipe, 2.5, whatever. This was just a demonstration to show you that how the old school people did it. This is a dying art. People don't do this anymore. They don't make and hand build and fabricate anymore like this. Everybody'd rather just go buy something. Basically, that's not kind of what we do here. I like to be able to take a piece of metal and make something and have a finished product, and it's like, man, I made that. So there was just a little couple tips that I just did, like make the angles right. The one was longer than the other, because the handheld plasma is not correct. When you cut it, it's just makes a line. But I can put it in a vise and I can edge that round and blend the sides, and it almost is perfect. I'll take it over to the belt sander and I'll clean these edges up real nice. I'm gonna punch me a couple holes in different sizes, and it's gonna look like I put holes in it. Over there, like I punched holes in it. I do have a punch, but we can do it. But I'm doing this everything by hand, like they used to do back in the day when everything was forged and made. And this took me 15 minutes. So if I had to go design this for an hour and then go burn on the table for 5 minutes to get these brackets, I mean, that's time I have to charge the customer. But this way, half hour. So parts built. So it's time versus money too. Also, that, you know, that's how we are. We don't want to cost the customer extra time if we can cut a corner to make it work. Not saying this is cutting a corner. I can make these look just as good when it's done and they're painted. You'll not be able to tell this wasn't manufactured, productive. But because we'll metal finish this thing up, I'll body work all these panels, and we'll paint these things chassis black. They're going under the frame, in a frame for the exhaust. And like I said, when you see these, man, they're gonna be really tricky. But yes, we can make them out of aluminum and all that stuff, and we do all that. But this is an easy way to make them, to fix this, get this problem finished in this 67. But again, nobody really does this metal fab anymore. Nobody does this hand making anything. So we just want to show you that, you know, that it can be done. And people at home, you can do this. It does take a little bit of time. If you have a grinding table and a couple odds and ends, a small welder and stuff, you can build this. Just takes a little bit of brains and just a little bit of ingenuity. I mean, just think about what you want to do, and just you'll be able to create it. So that's one thing we do here at A3 Custom. this side, tack on this side. It's always tack on this side, tack on that side. After you get it squared, it'll keep it from moving one side to the other. When you buy these little 90-degree angles, they have a really strong magnet to them. It'll actually make this thing square. So little tricks like this right here makes your life a lot easier. Ain't got no gas in it. That's how it's supposed to look when you got gas. What we have is, we have an exhaust flange that now can go through the pipe, but it can be moved to the center. When you tighten that down, this runs to the center of the hole. Nothing can rattle. But now we can bring exhaust here, clamp it, bring exhaust here and clamp it. If you ever need to remove the exhaust, you can remove the back, remove this, comes out, and then you can remove the front. So there you have it, exhaust. So now instead of running under, and you see it under the cab, and it's got a 90-degree bend and back up around it and all that. It's a straight through design, true dual exhaust, straight through the cross member. So thank you for watching A3 Customs, and get out there and grind something. Try something at home. It's pretty fun to do once you get into it.